You do not have to be flexible to come to a yoga class. And even let me back out of that statement and say, flexibility is only one item on a long list of reasons why you might come to a yoga class. I want to address the flexibility aspect because in my experience, this is the #1 comment that people make to me. When people find out I'm a yoga teacher, I don't even have to say anything. They immediately recoil from me and say, I'm not coming to your class, I'm not flexible enough. I think there's this idea that I'm going to pressure every person I meet that you have to come to yoga. And so they're giving me the excuses before I do that. And first of all, I'm never going to pressure you to come to yoga. I think it will probably help you. 99.9% sure it will help you, but I would never push that on you. But since this is the statement I hear over and over and over and over and over and over again, it bears some attention. It is something we should talk about because it's a completely inaccurate statement. It's not a good excuse. If you're going to give me an excuse, you're going to have to come up with a better one than that. I'm not buying it. And here's why. Okay, now I said a long list of why you would come to a yoga class. I'm zooming into one tiny part of the list. I'm only addressing one thing in this video. Flexibility. Think of a spectrum here. On this end of the spectrum is someone who is super duper, the most flexible person you've ever met in your life. And over here on the spectrum is strength. So it's like strong, huge muscles, the strongest person you know. All of us live somewhere on the spectrum. So we are somewhere between super flexible and super strong. Here's the thing is, none of us want to be on either end of the spectrum. The person who is super duper, incredibly flexible, probably is not very strong. So they're super bendy, but they risk injury because they're probably hanging in joints. They don't have the strength to support the body. On the other end of the spectrum, here's the super duper strong person. They are not a healthy variation either. If you're super duper strong but have no flexibility, you risk injury because now you cannot bend and you will injure yourself if you just move the body incorrectly. So both of these extremes, not ideal, both of these extremes, high risk of injuring yourself, okay? What we want is right here in the middle. We want to be a balance of flexibility and strength. This is the sweet spot where I am strong enough to support my body and everything my body needs to do, but I'm also flexible. So the word that we might use to describe this is grace, graceful. I am graceful when I have both the strength and the flexibility. Now, we can go down a rabbit hole and say, okay, let's talk about this, not in the physical body, let's talk about strength and flexibility in the mind, in the emotions, in your spirituality. But just, I'm planting that seed. I'm not going down that rabbit hole just yet. But no, yes, this is happening, okay? All right, zoom back out. Here we are. We're in the physical body with strength and flexibility. This is why you come to yoga. You are somewhere on this spectrum. Maybe you're right here. What you want is to be right here. Yoga supports this goal for anyone, anywhere on the spectrum of strength and flexibility, because in a yoga class, the poses require strength. So if you are more flexible and you're working on strength, you're going to get stronger by coming to yoga. On the other hand, if you're super duper strong, not flexible at all, the poses in yoga will teach you flexibility. It doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum, yoga is bringing you to a balanced place. And if I had to summarize the goal of yoga in one word, on this huge long list of reasons you might come to yoga, if I condensed it into one word, it would be balance. We want balance in order to be healthy. Balance amongst all things, everything. We want to be balanced, yin and yang, strength, flexibility. I can go on and on making this list of ways that we want to be balanced. Strength and flexibility is one of them. The preconceived notion is that you must be flexible in order to come to a yoga class, or that yoga is solely for flexibility. So we're going to tear up that myth, throw it in the garbage, because now you know better. You know that yoga is building strength, all right? Strength, and it's working with you on your flexibility. Balance. This is the goal of yoga. So next time you find out, if you hear, I'm a yoga teacher, you can't tell me you're not flexible, because that gives me about a 30-minute lecture that I want to give to you. So that's not going to work on me. Come to yoga. It is going to help you no matter where you are in life. That's what I need you to know.